What would you do if you discovered a truth so profound that it challenged everything you thought you knew? What if that truth demanded you to change your life, your identity, and even your relationships? This is the story of Marcel Krass, a man who faced this very dilemma. Born and raised in Germany, Marcel's journey to Islam was not just a change of faith, it was a transformation of his entire being. It's a story of struggle, conviction, and ultimately, peace. So, let's dive into Marcel's journey, a journey that began with doubt and ended with a profound sense of purpose. Marcel Krass was born into a Christian family in Germany. Like many in the West, his understanding of religion was limited to what he learned in church and what he saw in the media. He believed in God, but something always felt incomplete. The concept of the Trinity confused him. The idea of life after death seemed vague, and the more he searched for answers, the more he realized that his faith was built on shaky ground. But Marcel's story isn't just about questioning Christianity, it's about discovering Islam, a religion that would challenge his prejudices, reshape his worldview, and ultimately, change his life. The seeds of doubt. Marcel's journey began with a simple question. What happens after we die? As a young boy, he would ask his parents and Sunday school teachers about the afterlife, but their answers were always vague. You go to heaven if you believe in Jesus, they would say. But what did that mean? What was heaven like? And what about those who didn't believe? These questions lingered in Marcel's mind as he grew older. He began to feel that Christianity didn't have the answers he was looking for. The first encounter with Islam. Marcel's first real encounter with Islam came through a Pakistani friend in school. At first, their conversations were casual. They talked about God, life, and the universe. But when his friend mentioned Islam, Marcel was intrigued. "What do you think about Islam?" his friend asked. Marcel hesitated. Like many in the West, he had grown up with negative stereotypes about Islam. He thought of it as an aggressive, backward religion. But as his friend explained the core beliefs of Islam, the oneness of God, the importance of prayer, the concept of the afterlife, Marcel felt something stir within him. This is exactly what I believe, he thought. But there was a problem. It was Islam. The internal struggle. For 10 months, Marcel wrestled with his thoughts. He knew Islam made sense, but accepting it meant going against everything he had been taught. It meant facing the disapproval of his family and friends. It meant becoming part of a religion that was often misunderstood and maligned. "Please God," he would pray, "don't let this be the truth, anything but Islam." But the more he read about Islam, the more convinced he became. He devoured books on the subject, especially those that described the journey of the soul after death. The vivid descriptions of the day of judgment, paradise and hell, resonated deeply with him. This is not a joke, he realized. This is serious. The night of decision. One night as Marcel was driving home, he had a moment of clarity. He realized that he could no longer ignore the truth. "Marcel," he said to himself, "there's no way to escape this. It's the truth." That night he made the decision to embrace Islam, taking the Shahada. A few days later, Marcel went to the mosque with his friend. After the Friday prayer, he stood in front of 200 people and declared his faith. "I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger." As soon as he finished, the entire congregation rushed to hug him. "Welcome to Islam, brother," they said. For Marcel, it was a moment of profound joy and relief. The internal war was over. He had found peace. The first prayer. Marcel's first prayer as a Muslim was an experience he would never forget. "When I prostrated for the first time," he recalls, "I didn't want to get up. It was the most beautiful moment of my life." That sense of connection with God, of humility and gratitude, was something Marcel had never felt before. It was a feeling that would stay with him for the rest of his life. The challenges of conversion. Becoming a Muslim was just the beginning of Marcel's journey. The real challenge was living as a Muslim in a non-Muslim society. When Marcel told his parents about his conversion, their reaction was harsh. "Muslims are all terrorists," his father said. His mother was hysterical. She called her brother that night, crying, "They've taken our Marcel!" Marcel's decision to convert had strained his relationship with his family, but he knew he had made the right choice. The misconceptions about Islam. One of the biggest challenges Marcel faced was dealing with the misconceptions about Islam. "People would ask me if I was going to marry 4 women or if I was going to kill unbelievers," he says. They had this image of Muslims as violent and backward. But Marcel was determined to change that image. He began to educate people about Islam, explaining its true teachings and values. The beauty of Islamic culture. Despite the challenges, Marcel found beauty in Islamic culture. He was struck by the warmth and generosity of the Muslim community. "When I came to the mosque," he recalls, "everyone wanted to help me. They invited me to their homes, answered my questions, and made me feel welcome." That sense of brotherhood was something Marcel had never experienced before. It was a reminder that Islam is not just a religion, it's a way of life. The role of Muslim leaders. Marcel's journey also made him reflect on the role of Muslim leaders. "Some leaders focus too much on culture and not enough on faith," he says. "They give people the impression that to be a Muslim, you have to change your culture, but that's not true." Marcel believes that Islam is a universal religion that can adapt to any culture, as long as the core principles are upheld. The importance of mercy. One of the things that impressed Marcel most about Islam was the mercy of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. When he entered Mecca victoriously, Marcel says, he forgave his enemies. That's the kind of leadership we need today. Marcel believes that Muslim leaders should follow the example of the Prophet, showing mercy and compassion in all their actions. Marcel's journey to Islam is a testament to the power of faith and the resilience of the human spirit. It's a reminder that the search for truth is never easy, but it's always worth it. As he prostrated himself, his forehead touching the ground in submission to God, he felt a wave of emotion wash over him. It was a moment of complete surrender, a physical and spiritual act of devotion. Marcel felt a profound sense of humility and gratitude, recognizing the vastness of God's mercy and love. It was a feeling of belonging, of coming home after a long journey. Marcel knew that this was just the beginning of his new life as a Muslim. There would be challenges and learning experiences ahead, but he felt ready to face them with faith and determination. Surrounded by a supportive community and guided by his newfound beliefs, Marcel looked forward to the future with hope and optimism. Marcel's conversion was met with mixed reactions. His family, deeply rooted in their Christian faith, struggled to understand his decision. Some friends and acquaintances distanced themselves, harboring misconceptions about Islam fueled by negative portrayals in the media. Marcel faced these challenges with patience and understanding. He explained his beliefs to his family, emphasizing the shared values between Christianity and Islam: love, compassion, and belief in God. He engaged in respectful dialogue with those who held misconceptions about Islam, debunking stereotypes and highlighting the religion's emphasis on peace and justice. Despite the initial challenges, Marcel's journey into Islam brought him a sense of peace he had never known before. He found solace in the 5 daily prayers, moments of quiet reflection and connection with God amidst the busyness of life. He embraced the teachings of Islam, which emphasized charity, kindness, and respect for all. Marcel found a strong sense of community within the Muslim Ummah, the global community of believers. He felt welcomed and supported by his fellow Muslims, who embraced him as a brother in faith. Marcel's story is a testament to the power of faith, a journey that transcends the boundaries of religion and culture. It is a narrative that delves deep into the human search for truth, a quest that is as old as humanity itself. Marcel's experiences highlight the importance of approaching those from different backgrounds with empathy and understanding, recognizing that every individual has a unique story to tell. His journey from doubt to faith is not just a personal transformation, but a universal story of seeking and finding. From a Christian upbringing to embracing Islam, Marcel's path illustrates the transformative nature of seeking truth and the courage it takes to follow one's convictions. This transformation is not just about changing religious labels, but about a deeper understanding of oneself and the world. The beauty of finding peace in unexpected places is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of faith to bring about profound change. Marcel's story reminds us that the path to understanding is paved with dialogue, compassion, and a willingness to challenge our own preconceived notions. It is through these conversations and reflections that we grow, learn, and ultimately find common ground with those who may seem different from us. Marcel's journey inspires us to approach those from different faiths with an open heart and a genuine desire to learn from one another, fostering a spirit of unity and mutual respect. In a world that often emphasizes division, Marcel's story is a powerful reminder of the potential for harmony and understanding when we open ourselves to the experiences and beliefs of others. His journey is a beacon of hope, showing that through faith, empathy, and open-mindedness, we can bridge the gaps that divide us and create a more inclusive and compassionate world. Marcel's story is not just about religious conversion, but about the broader human experience of seeking meaning, connection, and understanding in a complex world. It is a journey that encourages us all to look beyond our differences and find the common threads that unite us as human beings. As we follow Marcel's journey of mercy, we are reminded that the search for truth and understanding is a lifelong endeavor, one that requires patience, humility, and an unwavering commitment to compassion. In the end, Marcel's story is a celebration of the human spirit's capacity for growth, transformation, and the endless pursuit of a more just and loving world. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep seeking the truth.